Hey, Tim. Hey, Bob. This is Rod Wheaton from Northern Virginia and WDWMousinger.com. And Anita and I are just getting ready to go and run the Wine and Dine Half Marathon. And I was calling to say I'm not often in Disney World to run the Wine and Dine Half Marathon, but when I am, I take time to listen to the ResortLoop.com podcast, which, by the way, begins now.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas. To our new passengers, aloha and welcome aboard.
Hey guys, thanks very much. You've joined ResortLoop.com. I'm Tim Scott.
I'm Bob Collar.
And this is episode 76.
76.
What'd you find about 76 there, Bob?
The only thing I could find about 1976 in Disney history was that they released Freaky Friday.
Oh.
Now follow along this timeline because it was in 71, of course, right after the dedication of Walt Disney World, that Roy had passed away, and the company went through all that turmoil. And then the very following year, 1977, Roy's nephew left the company for the first time because there was no creativity and the company was not doing much and all of that. So the only thing I could find was the release of Freaky Friday. So, and thanks for giving me that task. That was not easy.
Well, truth be told, you were telling me before the show you could not find much of anything.
No, I mean, I'm scouring the internet for something, for the goodness sakes. And yeah, that was all I could come up with. Was that was, if you remember, that was when the company was just kind of hanging out there. Walt had died, then Roy had died, and nobody really knew what direction to take the company in.
Yes.
So yeah, that was a rough time, and then it wasn't all that long after that they brought Michael Eisner in, and boy, everything started to explode with all the new parks and the new resorts and all of that stuff. So that's going to happen sometimes with a massive corporation like that.
Well, the only thing I can remember was 1976 was the big America on Parade.
Yes.
You know, in the Magic Kingdom. That was the big parade then.
Yeah.
That was their limited time magic of 1976.
Little did we know. Of course, America's bicentennial. So, yeah, it was kind of a quiet time in Disney history. So, we got any shout-outs tonight, Tim?
I've got one I'd like to get out there. Coming up, our good friend, the Slomka family. They're leaving for Walt Disney World on December 13th. So Mike and his wife, Erica, their 11-year-old daughter, Allison, and Jacob, 9 years old, and their Uncle Joe are going to be heading down there. And guys, have a great trip.
Yeah, absolutely. Have a good time, guys. Did he say he was driving down? Are they driving down from Michigan?
Yes. They've downloaded a few of our shows to listen to. Hopefully they don't fall asleep to us.
Mike, make sure there's some good ones. So, yeah, you don't fall asleep. I've nodded off a couple of times during our show. I don't know.
We edit that out.
Well, I appreciate that because I do snore. So yeah, we know that that's coming up pretty soon, and if you guys are holding off on listening to this, tell the kids, don't make me turn that car around. I will turn this car around.
That's right. We're going back to Michigan.
We're going straight back to Michigan.
They're leaving on December 13th.
Wow. That's coming up pretty soon.
So that's coming up. And speaking of falling asleep, Bob, before the show, I'm just throwing this out there. We were upstairs watching The Sound of Music live.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty much an overstatement greatly. so we decided to do a podcast. It was like watching a soap opera.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it didn't do it for me, but I'm sure it's a fantastic show if I'd watched the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There was no Julie Andrews on it. I'm just saying.
I know. And speaking of Julie Andrews, you've got Mary Poppins is coming out. The Saving Mr. Banks is coming out pretty soon.
Oh, I know. I'm so excited about that.
Oh my gosh, me too. Me too. That's I can't wait to go check that out. And speaking of Saving Mr. Banks, of course, Walt Disney. Today's his birthday.
Yeah.
So as we record this today, happy birthday, Walt.
Happy birthday.
So as I said, I put this out on our Facebook page. You know, Walt's famous quote, "We should never forget that this all started with a mouse." I said, but it took the man to make the mouse. So,
absolutely.
Thank you. I mean, look at all of the. If you had told me, you know, back in 1973, when the first time, or 71, whenever I went to Walt Disney World the first time, that one of these days you're going to be doing a podcast talking about Walt Disney World, I would have thought you were crazy.
First, you would have said, "What's a podcast?"
Well, that's true.
Then you would have said, "What's this internet?"
Yeah. Well, had I known, I would have bought a lot of Apple stock.
A little company called Google.
And Microsoft and Google and, oh my gosh, Amazon.com, which has a lot of my money right now. Anyway, so we thought, since we're around the holiday seasons, of course, we talked about the candlelight processional that's going on. One of our great listeners, Wyatt Frantz, from up there in PA.
Love Wyatt.
He said, "Hey guys, I thought up a holiday show topic if you need one. With the park so busy around Christmas time, what are some things you can still do in the park that don't have terribly long lines and get you away from the crowds when you just had enough?" So we thought that was a great idea.
That's a great idea, because, you know, sometimes, especially the Magic Kingdom, once you get in the park, you don't want to leave for fear you might not get back in.
Exactly.
You know, if it's Christmas Day or New Year's Eve, you want to stay in there.
Right. Now, I have experienced, for the most part, that, and we're in that time period now, that week after Thanksgiving to the week before Christmas, not so busy. So you really don't have that. But as we know, we talked to a friend of ours that just was down there during Thanksgiving, and he was in some lines.
Yes, he was.
So, if you're going that week of Christmas, or you're going, the week of Thanksgiving, it's going to be crowded. So, yeah. What exactly do you want to do to kind of escape the crowds just for a little bit? So, do we want to start off? We're going to start off on Main Street. Or Main Street, the Magic Kingdom.
Hey, you can start wherever you want to start.
Actually, if I may,
please.
That's where I do want to start.
Oh, go for it.
One of the things that we like to do whenever it's crowded at Walt Disney World, especially during Christmas time, is most people, as you know, when you go into the Magic Kingdom, as soon as rope drop hits, bam, everybody's flying out there to get on the rides as quick as they can. Get their fast passes, get on the rides as quick as they can.
It's like the running of the bulls.
Absolutely. So you want to hit... I like to hit Main Street, especially at Christmas time, because it's all decorated. You've got all the wreaths and the window dressings in all the shops, and some very good specialty merchandise that just is holiday related that you're not going to find any other time of the year. So I say one of the things that you can do to avoid the crowds after you've ridden a few things is head back to Main Street. Head back to the front of the park where everybody's running past. You're going to have to fight that wave to get there, but do a little bit of shopping. Take a look around Main Street at all the shops and all the specialty merchandise that's available.
That's very nice. Plus,
that's what I got.
Plus, if you do shopping and you're staying on property, they'll ship your package back to the resort for you anyway.
Exactly.
So you don't even have to haul it around.
Right. So you're not carrying it around. You can go back and ride some rides later in the, hit the rides when most people are either watching a parade or having dinner. But in those peak times, head back to Main Street and walk around Main Street. Check it out. So that's what I got for Magic Kingdom.
I love it. Let's see. For the Magic Kingdom, I'm going to go up Main Street and take a right.
Ooh, Tomorrowland.
Because, if it's really crowded, a quick little ride on the TTA, get you above the people, get you off your feet a little bit.
Yep. Love the TTA, by the way.
Oh,
I would ride that all day long.
I heard that's going to be going down for a quick refurb.
Oh, really?
I think just some maintenance issues, just get it caught up. But that would probably disappoint me almost as much as a major attraction going down.
Absolutely, yeah. That's a nice little break. Is TTA? I tell you, I'm going to throw out another one. I know we said we'd only do one per park, but
you're breaking all the rules. Somebody stop him.
Yeah,
He's a rebel.
Somebody grab Tim's buzzer. Same place right over there is Carousel of Progress. It's never crowded. Carousel of Progress is never crowded.
Right.
So, and I other than the ending of that ride, it's a great show. I love the Carousel of Progress.
I love it as well, but I'll still be honest with you, as you probably picked up from the theme of the show, I'm more of a now is the time guy than a great big beautiful tomorrow guy. Just saying.
Yes, you are. Oh my goodness! All right, well let's head over to Epcot then.
All right, excellent.
In Epcot, I'm not doing any shopping, and typically most of your rides obviously are going to be in Future World. So when it starts getting crowded, I'm heading over to World Showcase, and I'm going through and enjoying the countries a little bit more than I would on a normal trip where you're just riding the rides. If it's really crowded, I'm heading to World Showcase, and I'm hitting and spending a little bit more time in each country and enjoying the World Showcase more.
I love that.
So it's not a big, this is a great tip. It's just, World Showcase to me has always been such a nice walk. It's just a great little stroll, if you will.
Oh, it's great.
So Tim, where are you spending some leisure time at Epcot during the crowded times, especially during the Christmas holiday season?
Well, I agree with you 100%. I was going to go World Showcase. But specifically, what came to my mind was the UK and Canada.
Right.
In Canada, you can kind of go around back and up the steps, and you're up a little bit. Again, up away from the crowd seems to be my my theory for attacking this.
That's right.
And then, you have those beautiful gardens in the back of the UK.
Oh, yeah.
Because sometimes, you like you said, you just got to get away from all the people running all around, pushing the strollers, maybe take a little drink back there, just relax a little bit.
Sure.
Enjoy the architecture.
Go into the Rose and Crown and grab some fish and chips and maybe head over into the garden. That's a great idea.
I thought so as well.
I like it. And of course, with Epcot, if it's really, really crowded, you're walking out the International Gateway and heading over to the Beach Club and Boardwalk and all of that, where you can really kind of unwind over grabbing, of course, you and my favorite place, Beaches and Cream.
Oh, yes.
Ice cream, Just saying.
And at Epcot, you do not have to worry about not being able to get back in.
Right.
You're always going to get back in there.
Yeah. When you're talking as large as it is, you don't have to sweat that one.
No, you're good to go. So yeah, the International Gateway is a good call.
Yeah.
Oh, and Hurricane Hannah's. Let's not forget about that.
Huge fan of Hurricane Hannah's. Really. I mean, and just what a great place to sit, because you've got the lake on one side and Stormalong Bay on the other side. So
you have good view of the boardwalk and the swan on the dolphin.
Oh. The lighthouse right there. Yeah. So, okay, let's move on to Disney's Hollywood Studios. I almost said it.
You did. I was waiting for it.
I almost went retro.
I was almost going to cut you off and just say it to get it out there.
All right. So over at the studios,
I had a little more time thinking of this one.
All right, give us yours. What are you saying on the studios?
Get away from the crowds. I'm trying to think. Where would I go?
Yeah, the studios is tight.
It is tight. It's small.
Yeah. It's a small park, and everything's in there so tight. And they have, you've got Rock and Roller Coaster and Tower of Terror so close together, and then you go over to the other corner. You got Star Tours and Pixar Place, which are kind of close, and then you got Muppets over there as well. So there's not a whole lot of places where you can go and just kind of escape the big crowds.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes you can go over to Dinosaur Gertie's, hang out around there, maybe get some ice cream or something.
Right.
But yeah, that's a tough park. Oh, maybe the bookstore, coffee shop back in there.
That is what I was thinking.
Is it? We're on the same page with that one?
Absolutely. That is exactly what I was thinking. Because there's never anybody in there. If it's a hot day in the summer, it's air conditioned, and they're not Starbucks now, are they?
I don't think so. I think that's at Joffrey's, but I'm not positive.
Yeah. Which is it's still very good coffee, and like you said, it's a bookshop as well, and you can go back there and sit, and take a look at some of the books about Disney World and the Imagineers, the animators, whatever you'd like to do. They don't kick you out.
No, I guess sometimes they'll have authors in there signing copies of their book.
Oh, how cool would that be?
So yeah, if maybe there's an Imagineer with a book out or something, get it signed. How cool would that be?
Yeah, that would be awesome. I would love that. Yeah, that's. How about that on the same page? Very good.
We should do a show.
Nobody listen.
Yeah, you're probably right.
We're just talking right over. Yeah,
that's all we're doing
over the table.
Yes.
The other thing, there is one other thing you could maybe get away with, and that's Indiana Jones. You can go kind of in there sometimes, but that tends to get crowded sometimes too. Same thing with Lights, Motors, Action. It's a huge stadium, so
right.
You're not as crowded, but that can still get crowded too. So yeah, I'm going bookstore or the coffee shop bookstore. I love it.
Excellent.
And then finally,
your favorite park,
Animal Kingdom.
Yes.
I'm not negative.
No,
this is not a negative podcast.
We're half full.
We are always, well, not always, but we're most of the time we are half full. For us, if we're going to be over at Animal Kingdom, and it's a crowded day, and really let's be honest, we're here to also be honest. We're positive, but we're honest as well. Animal Kingdom is going to give you the things that are going to be most crowded are your top rides. Everest is going to be crowded. Kilimanjaro Safaris is going to be crowded. Dinosaur is going to be crowded.
Yes, your Nemo musical.
Nemo musical is going to be crowded. Although, again, that's a huge venue where you really can get a lot of people in there and you don't feel as crowded. But I think I'm taking a nice leisurely stroll, most likely through Africa, and just hit some of those shops and kind of check things out, going a little bit slow.
That's a good call. You know what? The Animal Kingdom is so beautiful and laid out with so many nooks and crannies.
Yes.
If you decide to go exploring, you can actually get away from some people.
Yes, you can. There are a lot of hidden trails that people just don't. They're not. I mean, they're accessible,
right?
But people just don't. They don't think about them, and they don't go look for them.
They're not on the main path, so people just they head from destination to destination and don't take the longest route in between them. They could go the most direct way.
Right. And another thing that we have done as well is just go down to the Tree of Life and check it out. Look at all of those animal carvings in that thing. Most people are running through that thing to get to the Bugs Life movie, and they don't take the time to really look.
It's amazing how many people don't notice that.
Yeah.
They can't see the art through the tree. Is that how that works?
Exactly. And of course, you've got the tours, the walking tours that you can take, Harambe and what's the other, Pangani Forest Exploration Trail. You can do that one, and those aren't usually all too crowded. So check those out. The Maharaja Jungle Trek, that was the other one I was thinking of. So those are always very seldom are they so crowded that you can't really get around.
Right, and enjoy those before Avatar opens up.
That's going to be very interesting.
That could really change the dynamic of the park, you know?
Right. Yeah. Well, and we're going to have to check that out. We are attempting to plan a research trip.
We're trying,
and I really want to go over there and check it out and take some pictures and see what the construction is starting to look like, because it's my understanding they've got the walls are up and they're starting to do some stuff.
Very nice. The more I think about it, the more optimistic I'm becoming.
Oh, so am I.
Because, you got Joe Rohde in charge over there.
Right.
And how many things has he not done that's been fantastic?
Right.
You know? So.
And really, they've got the room. Everybody says, they should have come out with a Star Wars with the Ewok Village or something like that. There's so much room over in Animal Kingdom that they haven't even scratched the surface with what they can do over there. So I anticipate Animal Kingdom being the park that's going to start to grow with more and more stuff. I really do. So I'm probably wrong.
No.
I heard a buzzer in the background.
There was no buzzer.
I think that was Disney's buzzer going. Now, this is it. We're doing Avatar. We're done with Animal Kingdom. We've got Marvel. We got to put Marvel everywhere.
That's right.
So, real quick, let's one more place that we always tend to not talk too much about, and that's downtown Disney. What are you going to do downtown Disney if it's jam packed with people?
Well, normally I would eat at Captain Jack's Oyster Bar, but not anymore.
Not anymore.
No. It's probably been a decade since I was there.
Oh, it's your favorite then.
You know it. Let's see. Downtown Disney to get away from the crowds.
Yeah.
I don't know if it would take me away from the crowds or not, but I'm still dying to try the Earl of Sandwich. But there's probably a crowd there, so
I'm sure there'd be a huge crowd there for Earl of Sandwich.
You know what? If you just want to get away from the crowds, take in a movie.
Yeah, AMC Theater over there. That's a good call. That's a good call.
Maybe really, Disney Quest. There's probably nobody in there.
Yeah, just about anything over on the west side probably is not as crowded as over on the east end over there. So, and kind of anxious to see what that's going to look like when they turn it into Disney Springs. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah. I've always been more of a marketplace side kind of guy.
That was so nice.
That
was so nice. But it really just didn't have the Disney feel when you went over there. They had the one store, but then the rest was kind of like just a normal outdoor Florida shopping center, if you will.
But it was beautiful.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And I did like it when it was the Emperor Slowly and not Fulton's Crab House.
Yeah.
That was me.
I agree. Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do.
I'm going to ask what you're going to do.
If downtown Disney is crowded, I am getting on one of the boats.
You are not.
I am. And I'm going to head up to Port Orleans.
That's fantastic.
Either there, or I'm going over to Saratoga Springs and taking just a nice walk around a resort. Check it out. I tell you, that walk along the river over at Port Orleans Riverside, where you got the big, colonial-type mansions or southern-type mansions where you're walking by. That's just beautiful. You're there with your significant other, kind of romantic, if you know what I mean.
Oh, I know what you mean. Not really.
You just had your anniversary.
I know. Yes, absolutely.
So there you go. That's just a few quick little things you can do. If you guys have some ideas what you want to do, or some tips that you can help other listeners out with.
Yeah, we could have gone through a bunch more. We didn't want to throw everything out there.
Yeah, I mean, we're all about participation on the show. So
bring it.
Shoot us some emails. Shoot us our Twitter accounts.
We have Twitter. I love
Facebook. That's what I keep being told. I don't. I don't know. You make me do all these things. I don't even know what's going on in 1976, for goodness sakes. So that's all I got, Tim.
Bob, thank you very much. That's awesome.
Yeah, and hey, thanks to Wyatt. That was Wyatt. I got nothing. That was all Wyatt. So
Wyatt, thank you very much.
Yeah, and really, you guys got any show ideas too? Something you'd like to talk about? I know we've got one coming up. This one was asked of us quite a while ago, and we're working on it.
Yeah, my being sick threw everything in a little tizzy, but we're hitting the ground running. We're catching up.
And trying to work around the holidays and all of that stuff. But, we're having fun, and I hope you guys are too.
Yes. Plus, all our kids are into so many activities, Bob.
Oh, you're not telling me.
Something you don't know?
I don't even know what time it is anymore. What's going on? Holy cow.
Well, I think we just wrapped this up in time so I can go catch the end of The Sound of Music Live.
Oh, yes. Please. Let me know. Well, no, never mind.
Never mind.
I know how it is.
I know. Anyway, so if you have any show ideas, any topics, anything you'd like to share, please, you can reach me on Twitter at ResortLoop.Tim. Also, you can find us on our website, ResortLoop.com.
And I'm ResortLoop Bob on the Twitter. And don't forget Facebook.com/ResortLoop. And our phone number, if you guys want to send in your show open, or really any voicemail for us that we'll put on the show. That is
area code 414
WDW
Loop. I love the looper line.
I don't know how that worked out that way. That is amazing.
The odds were astronomical. Also, be sure to rate and review us on iTunes. You can always catch us on what, Bob?
I think it's called The Stitcher.
The Stitcher, yes.
Yeah, my daughter says that's not what it's called, but I don't believe her.
Oh, we're so hip.
Hey, and don't forget to get on that looper list. We've got something special coming at you. Everybody that's on the looper list, go to our website and sign up for the looper list. We got something special coming for you.
Yeah, it's right there on the right side. Yes, it'll be great.
Outstanding.
Bob, thanks for joining us tonight. Thanks for being my co-host. Thanks for being my host, my rock. I don't know. That's all the Mountain Dew I've been drinking. I don't know what else I got.
Is that like my Christmas present? That's all I'm getting.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah, that's better than what you got me last year.
Anyway, I got to go drink more Mountain Dew. Catch the end of my musical. Right, you've been listening to the Gateway to the Magic.
See you, everybody.
Oh my gosh.
We are loopy. Holy cow.
I don't know where I was going.
I didn't know where we were.
I was like, thanks for being my host or co-host. I'm like,
we don't know what's going on. Funny stuff.
I had no idea how to end that. We were all over the place on that one.
Well, it's 10 o'clock at night. You've been up since 2. I've been up since 4.
I did get a 15-minute nap.
I got an hour.
An hour?